Hey there, Internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with my impressions of the Xbox One press conference that just wrapped up. Apologies for any audio stuff. I'm recording this from my hotel room. The air conditioner that's right over there might just go off suddenly and randomly, even though I've turned it off. Planes are flying overhead. Sirens are going on out in the street below. Could be a big old mess. So my Xbox predictions were as follows. We had number one, a Halo 6 teaser a la Master Chief and the Poncho that we got with Halo 5 Guardians. Number two, we would get the Scorpio release date. I predicted November 3rd, and I also said that it would be fully backwards compatible with both Xbox One, Xbox 360, and the original Xbox. Number three was the Scorpio's price. I called it at $599.99 with some kind of trade-in offer to help make that more manageable. Number four, Crackdown 3 would get a trailer and a release date. I called October 6th. And number five, there would be at least 3 new AAA IPs showing off the idea that Xbox is about games again. So how did I do? No Halo. We did get a Crackdown trailer, but that's coming out November 7th, as is Scorpio coming out November 7th, so I was only a few days off my prediction on the release date. But the Scorpio, with the announcement that came throughout the show that the Xbox One backwards compatibility program is now expanding to original Xbox games, I'm going to go ahead and chalk that up as a correct call, that the Xbox One X, as it's being called, is going to be backwards compatible of all Xbox ecosystem. The price came in under my prediction, coming in at $499. We kind of heard rumors of that starting this morning, and that's indeed where it landed. I think that's going to be a hard sell, just like the original Xbox at $499 was a hard sell. I get that it's more power, but people are going to say, well, how much more do I need those extra graphics? And I don't know if Xbox gave the answer for that, especially since most of their games are still going to be cross-platform with Windows 10, so if you really care about graphics, you're probably going to be spending more on a high-end PC anyway. And then lastly, with the 3 new AAA IPs, they made a big point saying that there were 42 games shown off, 22 of them with some kind of exclusivity thing. And I say exclusivity in quotes because some of them seem to be like, oh, it's a launch exclusive and a console exclusive, and I don't know. I imagine some of those will shake out and ultimately come out to other platforms. But the overall mix of those 42 games was you had some third-party high-end new IPs like Anthem. You had a lot of established franchises like Assassin's Creed and Shadow of War coming in, showing off their new gameplay. And then you also had a lot of smaller titles. So I don't know if there were 3 standout AAA IPs, but I think there was a good investment to say games. So overall, what did I think of the show? I think they took the lesson that Sony kind of walked away with last year of like hitting you with a lot of games, but I think a lot of the games they showed, they didn't show enough or give us enough context. So there were a ton of games out there. It was like, by the time I like made the note of what game it was, what the name of the game was, the game was gone, and I had no real sense of what kind of game they are. Something like Ashen, for example, I kind of watched the trailer for it, saw Ashen come up, and I was like, I don't know what kind of game that was. Is it like a Dark Souls-y kind of game? Maybe, probably. So some things I'm interested in. I might be willing to give Assassin's Creed another shot with Origins. Black Flag really brought me in. I've said this before, and I kind of hated in retrospect because it tricked me into thinking the series was good and playing through other games in the series. And ultimately, I've walked away from the series kind of frustrated and angry, especially after Unity. So I didn't play Syndicate, but I might come back for Origins. We'll see kind of how the fall's looking. That's coming out October 27th. Really, the games that got me excited here were Cuphead, coming September 29th. Crackdown 3 with Terry Crews now in it, featured as like a captain in the game apparently, coming November 7th with, again, the launch of the Xbox One X. Tacoma, Steve Gaynor's new game, has me excited. Life is Strange Before the Storm, a prequel to the Life is Strange story. Episode 1, I think, is coming out August 31st. Shadow of War, of course, but Shadow of War I'll be playing probably on PlayStation. If I play Assassin's Creed, I'll be playing that on PlayStation. And then Ori is coming back with a sequel with Ori and the Will of the Wisps. That looks exciting and fun. Anthem looks like Destiny meets Titanfall. And I know I'm not like unique in saying that. I've already seen that take a half dozen times in my feed. So it might, like, if it's Destiny meets Titanfall but with a BioWare story and characters, I could be sold on it. But right now, I look at it and I say, probably not for me. So those are my big takeaways on the Microsoft conference. What did you think about the showing? Are you going to go out and get a Scorpio for $499? Are you going to maybe wait? Do you have a PS Pro? And is that a factor? I don't know. I'm, at this point, probably going to hold off just because my Xbox really only gets pulled out a couple times a year. And they didn't really give me anything, I think, to really change that. So I don't think I need to drop $500 on a new system that will give me a little bit better graphics and load times and stuff. But let me know what you thought in the comments below. As always, I've been your host, Trevor Starkey from TrevorTrove.com. You can follow me at SnarkyStarkey. I'll be here at E3 all week, so keep tuning back in for conference reactions, as well as later in the week, my reactions from the show floor. And as always, from here at the Trove, treasure your friends.